Hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to our live, wherever you are watching us today. Thank you so much for being here with us. If you're a busy mom, working long hours, trying to balance everything for your family, this conversation is for you. I'm Grace, a full time dental assistant, a mother of one, living here in Australia for over 15 years. I know how it feels to be tired, busy, and sometimes missing important moments with our loved ones. And today, I'm so honored to be joined by a very inspiring woman. She is originally from the Philippines and now based here in Australia. She's a wife, a mother of two beautiful girls, and has been working in the teaching industry for over 20 years as an uh, for 20 years as an early childhood educator. But behind that strong career, there's also a story many of us can relate to. Working long hours, sacrificing time, and realizing how quickly our kids are growing up. That's what led her to explore something different, to find a way to have more time, more be more present for her family. Today, we're going to have a real and honest conversation about work, family, and finding another way. Please help me welcome Finn. I will put Finn on the stage. Hi, Finn. Good
Good
morning.
morning.
How are you?
Good morning, sis. Thank you for having me here. Yes, I'm doing great and yeah, having like a quiet time with family since it has been Lent season. So, yeah, thank you for having me here and for the wonderful introduction. I really appreciate that. Yeah. So, for those people who's going to watch us now, so I wanted to introduce myself, yeah, briefly, as Sis Grace yeah, already introduced me. Yes, so I'm Fen Roque. I'm actually based here in Victoria, Australia. And yes, I'm a mom of two lovely girls and a wife to a hardworking husband. And yes, I have been in the teaching industry for almost 2 decades, but with early childhood educator, maybe it has been 7 years that I've been working. So yes, even though I have been loving my job, I love what I do, but there's still something missing. Like I've realized that I've been missing most of my time trading from trading my hours working instead of yeah, being with my daughters while they are growing. So when I saw this yeah, business opportunity, it was like a wake up call for me that it's time for me to do something like something different for me to reclaim my time. Thank you, sis.
Thank you. Since I have a question for you, I have 5 questions, and I hope everybody can relate to our stories today, and they can move forward to follow their dreams and uh, start what we are started. So my first question is, as a busy mom working long hours, have you ever felt like you were missing important moments with your kids?
Yeah, of course. I just yeah said it earlier, and that was a very good question. Thank you for that. Yes, more times than I could imagine. Yes, and I would like to admit that there were days I was physically there, but it's not 100% sis, because I'm keep on I've been keep on thinking about work, like my paperwork, my deadlines, and my lesson plans. Yeah, so it was really mentally exhausting. And there were moments as well that I completely missed, like school activities of my daughters and their little wins and even simple conversations. So as a mom, that hits differently because no matter how hard I work, you work for your family, there's this quiet feeling inside you, and then you're asking, like, is this really the life that I want? I want to remember, and I want my daughters to remember. Like, um, both of us are working, me and my husband, I just realized that I don't want my daughters to keep on reminding that, yeah, I do have mom, I do have dad, but we don't have that time, like quality time that we can spend all together as a family. And yeah, that was really heartbreaking whenever yeah, whenever I thought about it.
Yes,
Yeah.
many times, for me as a dental assistant, I have to leave home very early and then I come home late at night because I also have a part-time work. So my days are already full and sometimes I'm still working while my child has activities. I miss
Mm-mm.
those activities at school, a very important moments, her swimmings, because she goes swimmings once a week as well. So it really hurts, because as a mom, you want to be there. You want to be there, but you
Mm.
can't be there you know that feeling made me realize that time is something we can never get back. We can
Mm.
never get that back because it's already past. So our future is going to be ahead, so we have to grab that. Thank you,
Yeah.
sis.
Yeah.
um my next question, um what was the hardest part of balancing your career and being present for your family?
Oh, yeah, that was really tough. Yeah. Because for so many years I haven't thought about that, sis. That's as long as I do my job, I can earn money and then support my husband, supporting our finances and our family. That was it for me. But then the hardest part is always guilt. Yeah, the guilt of I have to choose work, and even though the daughters or my daughters needs me, I need I need to choose work because that's that's my thinking before, like the employment mindset that if I'm not gonna go to work, if I'm not gonna um yeah finish everything about work, I can't get paid. Yeah. So that was really sad thinking about that. And also the pressure of working, because my family, yeah, our family is also depending on me, because yeah, we have to work as a team. My husband and I need to work to raise our family. And I felt like no matter what I choose, I was sacrificing something. And that's when I realized maybe the problem was not me. It was the setup that I was in. Yeah, I have mentioned earlier, it's about the mentality that we have to get a decent job, an employment that can give us the resources. That's what we were used to be. Yeah.
Yes, hundred
Thank you for
percent
that,
for me
Miss.
as
Yeah.
well. For me as well is the guilt. We come home very tired, but we still have to do this. We have to work this. We have to prepare dinner. We have to get our kids ready for school. You prepare the thing for the next day. Your role as a mother don't stop. You try your
Mhm.
best to be present there, but
Exactly.
deep inside, you feel like it's still not enough. It's still not enough. That emotional struggles is something many of us carry quietly. We have to carry it quietly. You leave home like a heavy heart because your daughter is still asleep. You're supposed to be
Hmm.
there for me, getting her breakfast ready, but I have to be at work by 7:30, so I have to leave like quiet early. When I come home at night after my night shift as well, she's already asleep. So that's the hardest part. So our guilt is the 100%. Thank you, sis. My next question is, was there a moment when you
Yeah.
realized one income or one job wasn't enough for the life you wanted?
Yeah. Exactly. Especially when reality started to hit. What was it? When bills kept increasing, especially when we decided to migrate here in Australia. So knowing that we are now decided to settle here in, yeah, one of those first countries, first world countries, and yeah, opportunities are everywhere. It's a great privilege to be here. But then, yeah, the reality is our bills are. keep on increasing. And when we wanted to give more for our daughters, especially supporting our family back home in the Philippines as well. And yeah, I started thinking about the future that we're building. I realized relying on one income means I only have limited options. Yeah, and for me, it's not just about earning more. Yeah, it's about creating choices and freedom. Freedom now is one of the values that I value so much. Freedom of time, being more financially stable, and yeah, a life where I can actually be present. So um, I have been so grateful to have the opportunity to migrate here in Australia together with my family. It all began in here, like when I realized the true values that I needed to focus on. So it's my family, it's the freedom, the time freedom, and also to be present with them. So
Yes,
relying
that's
in
right.
one income now, yeah. So it's I could say that it's risky these days.
Yes, 100%, especially the fuel is going high. So people have to
Mm,
find a way to work from home. I had that moment, I realized no matter how hard I work, because we have to support our family back home, we have to help our partners as well in here because the rent is so
mm,
high. We have to buy our foods. The foods is not cheap anymore. So,
mm,
one income is not enough, guys. So, um, but our needs, bills, and dreams keep growing. Ang dreams natin keep going siya, pero paano mo siya matupad kung hindi ka kikilos? So I
mm,
didn't want to stay in the cycle forever. So I knew I needed to look for another way. That's why we found this digital business that we can work in our own time, that we can help other people to start their own business as well. We can guide you. Thank you so much, sis. That's very heartful, emotional day. um, my next question for you is, what made you open your mind to trying something new, even without experience or technical skills?
okay. So this was the time that I realized that yeah, I I need to try something new aside from what I'm currently working, because yeah, it has been so many years that I've been doing uh, the same job. So quick story, when I flew here in Australia from Singapore, and then when I got here, when I joined my husband here, that was 2021. That was, yeah, 5 years ago. And at that moment, I didn't get a job immediately, so I had to stay home for 6 months. And knowingly, 6 months for me is the longest period of time that I'm not working. So it could be God's way for me to have some time in myself and do some reflection. If where will I move forward? How can I move forward in this new place, in this new country? And then everything has been time for me to, yeah, to contemplating things. Because back then, when I got here, we didn't have our daughters yet. They were in the Philippines. Yeah. So, and knowing that they're growing, yeah, without me because of work. So maybe, yeah, there was a time that I can't I can't sleep at night, and then I I just had a chance to scroll on my Facebook feed. Yeah, and I saw this business opportunity, and I've read from that advertisement that this mom, she has been staying at home with her daughter for 3 years. She didn't get back to her caregiving career after her maternity leave, and then spending time with her daughter while she's growing. And then knowing that I haven't done that with my daughters because of work. And then I realized maybe this is it. This is God telling me this is your opportunity to reclaim your time. Why not give it a go? But the thing, but the thing was, I wasn't able to start the business right away, sis. It's because of financial matters. And then our status here in Australia at that time, my husband was in a work visa. So I cannot establish any business down here. So I had to wait. I had to wait for 2 years before I finally start this business. But I didn't give up. And also, I keep on including it to my prayers that if God is really want me to pursue this business, He's going to give a way, pave a way for me to start this. And then now, I'm so grateful that I've been doing it right now, and I know in the near future there are also moms who could realize that there's more for them. There's more for them than working their 9 to 5 and then trading their time working instead of spending those precious moments with their family. That's my realization that time. Yeah.
Thank you, sis. For me naman, honestly, I was scam kasi before I found the business. So
Mm.
I wasted a lot of money. And at first, I did not trust about this business. I wasn't confident at first. And then I said about financial, again, as you said, I have zero because I just lost
Mm.
a big of money and I found this business and I said, oh, is this a legit? Is this gonna be scamming me again? So but I was open, and then I told myself, what if this could really help me?
Yeah.
It did, because I started small, just learning. I watched the pre-coaching video. I did not even finish watching it. I just decided to join, even if I have a,
Mm.
like, and then when I realized, oh, I have to pay more, like this. But I said, because this is business, this is not just a normal work job offer, so of course you have to invest. So by watching and understanding, I didn't have a said experience, or technical skills. I have nothing. But I had a reason, and that posed me to try again because of my daughter. And then the reason why I really joined, because what about if something happened to us? My partner will get
Mm.
sick, I get sick. If I don't go to work, they will use our sick leave. But what about if your sick leave is finished, so you don't get paid?
Mm.
You probably get paid, but you have to use your annual leave. Your annual leave, you save it for your holidays. It's not save it for your
Mm.
sick leave. So that's really tough. That's really hard. So thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
We are coming down to our last question. Um, okay, for moms and immigrants watching us right now who feel tired and stuck, what would you
Mm.
say to encourage them?
Oh, yeah. This is yeah. I'm saying this from the bottom of my heart because I've been there. Know that I see you. Yeah, because I was you. I've been there. I was tired. I was doing everything for the family. I'm trying my best, but still feeling like something is missing. And yeah, I want you to know this that you're not stuck as maybe you're thinking that you are, but you're not. You just haven't been given the right option yet. Cuz you've been so clinged to your job right now. And for you, that's how you see it. This is the only resource that I can have for now. So please know that your story doesn't end in your survival mode. Like you go to work, feel tired, get back home, and then work again the next day. So even us, even Sis Grace, even me, this is the time that we are realizing that there are certain definition to what we do. So we used to be in what we call survival mode. I didn't even know this phrase before, sis, when I was in my employee mindset thing. But now it's really, I could see it. I used to be in that kind of stuff, like I'm just nearly surviving. I'm not living. Because if you really have the chance, if you really want to have the chance to live, you have to give your time, or you have to give yourself different options. Yeah, so you're allowed to build a life when where you don't have to choose, right? If you are still working, you have to choose. I'm going to I'm going to file a leave for me to spend time with family, right? But you can actually do both. um, and in here, you can you can start small, and then you just have to be open. What we mean by open is that if you are teachable, if you are coachable, you can definitely do this. And you have to trust that your next step can change everything. Yeah, so if you are ready to say yes to yourself, this might be the sign that you are looking for, and that you've been waiting for. So if ever you've been resonated with us, yeah, you can actually reach out, and then we're happily guide you on how you can start your journey as well. That's
Yes,
it for
thank
me,
you.
sis. Yeah.
Thank you to, to every mother and immigrants feeling tired and stuck who are watching us right now. We see you. We see
Mm,
you. You're doing your best, and that already means so much for you. But if you feel like there's more for you, don't ignore it. Don't ignore that feeling. You don't need to have everything figured out. Just take one small step. Your future can change from here. From your future can change from there. So for everyone who are watching us tonight, thank you so much, everyone, for being here with us today. If something you heard today spoke to your
mm,
heart, I just want you to know you don't have to rush, and you don't need to have everything figured out alone. But I want to be clear. This is not a job offer. So this is a real business. And like any businesses, there is an investment involved. We spend money every day on things that last for a moment. But here, you're investing in learning skills, a system, and a support that can stay with long terms. Um, and think about paying a 149. Spend 149 on the things that last for a moment.
yeah.
Food, shopping, things we forget after a few days. But here, it's one time 149 US dollars membership fee that give you access to a training, mentorship, and system you can build long term. So if you're open to learning and want to understand more, you can visit our website. It's in our screen in front of you. You can either pick one of us, either
Mm,
Sispin or me. You go to our website, you register your name and email address, and then you have to watch the free business overview. Okay, so thank you again for your time and for listening to us today. God bless everyone.
thank you, sis, for having me. God
Bye.
bless everybody.